Boom, boom, boom. We are into our Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, week 21, Phoenix AMRAC. Love this workout. Personally, I love like the cardio before, and then you're going into more of a strength and core, um, get some mobility stuff too in the AMRAP portion of the workout. So again, this one is a longer workout, so having a faster warm-up is definitely encouraged so you can get through it. I mean, definitely keep it high energy, keep the heart rate up because especially in the round two of the actual AMRIP portion of it, is a little longer demonstration. So exercise one, we have your step jumps. Okay, so this one I would keep the boxes lower for this, no high box needed. So you want to it's like more like a kind of like a toe touch as you hop up. So it's really quick movement in 20 seconds. You don't need nothing crazy high. And if people have issues with the jump part of it, just do like cloud box tap. So tap it out, still get your knees up there. So using hip flexors and your core to get your knees up higher onto the box. And then we're gonna go to a dumbbell thruster. I actually would have this probably like in my sixth station here. So over by the rig, so the thrusters, so because they can just stay in the same spot. I would align these wherever the stability balls, not the stability ball, wherever you're gonna have like the front overhand front raise, the thrusters, because then it's lighter dumbbells and you can just keep them there. You don't have to worry about moving them across the room wherever it is. So I would just have that be in mind, be mindful of where you're going to be doing like the front raise at for AMRAP and just have the thrusters in that same spot. So that's station 2, 3, you choose that, right? So thrusters, a quick movement, get your vertical press or get the press overhead. There, if they have issues with the thruster, they can go to a clean, stay away from the shoulder. So really get power, speed, I would encourage lighter weight too on this. Don't have to go too crazy heavy with it because it is a fast movement. So you don't want to put that stress on the shoulders. I'm trying to get a heavy weight over the head, right? Your rotational slams or sprints. I like this one. A good one you can do like when they go with that slam, they'll sprint without the ball, and as they come up, as a coach, you can find them like you can toss them the ball. So as they come in, they get more power, like running and just working on hand-eye coordination. It's like a good, I feel like an athlete when when the coaches are here and I'm like run a sprint down, they come back and they throw me the ball and I throw it into the wall. If you got the space for that. Again, it's not a huge sprint, it's just a quick little sprint. I know Sierra would probably be really tight for this one. So you might just want to stick with so you're doing the side shuffle slams. Or you could switch it, do the side shuffle slams this day, and then Friday, Monday, Wednesday, just do rotational slams against the wall so you're not moving. So you're still, and it takes away that lateral movement. So I want to think about because there's not a lot of space for that. 2 and 1 out, some ladder stuff, so a lot of agility, really getting heart rate up, breaking a sweat on this one. Challenge spade pace, you can actually do the resistance with Superman, put a Superman around, their waistline. They gave them a little extra push, extra resistance. Viva la resistance, Martin Rooney. 180 jump squats, you can play your Van Housen jumps, you got all that. You can do so land again, jumps. Anytime you do any type of jumps, so landing on clouds, landing on pillows, soft landings, absorb the floor. Don't let the hard contact come down. Be nice to your joints. If they start to see Tweety birds, stop spinning. Just stick with a regular jump squat or a speed squat. If needed, we have your stability ball rollout. And again, I would keep this wherever you're going to have the stability balls at, and for your AMRAP portion, just keep, put that wherever it needs to be. So that one is working core, obviously roll it out, bring it back in. A lot of times when we do the rollouts, they tend to lead with their butt first and just like keep everything in line. So as you're rolling out, like you're doing an ab roller, right? You don't want to just lead with your butt, you're taking it for the core. As you come out in line and come up the same exact way. So don't drive your butt back first because now you're staying away from the core activation. And then we're gonna go on to the AMRAP portion of it. So if people get the water, after they get the water, they can say, just jog in place, do some active recovery. Because again, these do take a little longer than usual. So you have your kettlebell sumo deadlifts. Again, rep range 10, right? 10. But if people do want to focus on heavier weight, anywhere from 5 to 8, right? If they're doing lightweight, someone's hurting a little bit more than and they want to say light, just say, go go more 10 for 15, right? And that can be, again, a coachable thing. But I always, how I coach is like, if you want to go heavier, aim for 5 to 8. You want to work on more endurance, you can go anywhere from 10 to 15 reps, but the hot number is 10 reps of each movement. So sumo deadlift, you can definitely challenge with heavier weight, spread the legs and get more of the inner thigh, get the posterior work on here, hammies, glutes on this. If you have like step aerobic boxes, you can always have them elevate the feet on there too. As someone that wants to have more range of motion in their deadlifts, right? They have good form. They can do that. If you have two of the same heavier weights, if someone wants to kick up a notch, they can also double up the kettlebells. Instead of using just one, they can go to two. If they want to make it a little harder, if you have like two 100-pound kettlebells, right? If you want to do a 200-pound sumo deadlift, and you don't have 200-pound kettlebells, take two of the 200 or two of the 80s, and that'll get you closer to that number as well to make it harder for them. Don't take it away from anybody else. So if someone's using it, let them use it first. And then we'll go to some mobility stuff, some core. You have your high plank with a shin tap. I usually do 1-1. So like as I tap my right to my left, that counts as 1 going to 10, right? So or you can just count it to 20. So you're getting 10 on each side. You're getting shoulder mobility, hamstring flexibility on this core. So a lot going on with the high plank with the shin tap. And you have an incline press on a stability ball. So working the upper pecs. So this incline press is the hardest press out of the decline and then flat, right? So another one that I was just, for members to understand, like you might need to go lighter because then, especially on a stability ball, and they're doing that press, you might see that they're actually starting to drive their hips up. The goal is to keep your hips down, so you're focused on the upper part of your chest, right? So you want to be able to keep your head up, your chest, and your hips down as you come with that press. Again, focus on the upper pecs. So if you see someone struggling or they're using heavy weight and you notice their hips are coming up to get the weight up, they're not getting the upper pecs. So just tell them to go lighter with the weight. So you want to focus on the upper pecs on this. Now, if it becomes too much on the shoulder, a flat press would be easier for them to do. Just give them that option to do a flat press instead of doing an incline press. But that's one station. That's again, with any dumbbell, stability ball, like overhead, chest press. Those usually were actually stations I personally try to stay at just in case people need spots. Or again, at least with the AMRAP, you got 5 minutes to play with, but help finding weights, the weights they want, again, the weights they need in position. I stress with this one. When you come out of it, place them on your knee and then put them down to the ground nicely. Make sure there's no dumbbells around you. I mean, we've seen split fingers on dumbbells with the chest press or incline press several times. So just make sure there's no dumbbells around you. Like be aware of your surroundings when you're putting a dumbbell down. Also just don't throw it off to the side and throw your shoulder out. Like bring it down in control. So just having those things that extra coaching cues you can provide, during the demonstrations are huge. They're gonna go to stations around here would be the section 2. Yeah, should be a bit of a row. So you can either use a single strap or double strap it. Double strap give you nice little handles and add more resistance. Your feet should still be shoulder width apart. Big chest, I always say big chest, retract your shoulders, bring your shoulders back. You don't want to be rounded over like so. Bring your shoulders back, keep your chest big. Even this one I do overhand neutral. So get that rotation in the wrist, for the healthy rotator cuff. So go overhand grip with the band and come up neutral as you drive the elbow side to the side. And then when it goes to your reverse crunch, you can add a light dumbbell, right, or something to their feet to add some resistance here. And then the Bulgarian split squat, or should be probably should just put rear foot elevated split squat. To keep it consistent. Rear foot elevated split squat. Your foot is up on the box. This one, you want to make sure you have a good distance between your heel and the platform. If you get too close to the platform, you're gonna notice your knee's gonna go more forward on this one, which is gonna cause obviously more stress on the knee, especially if you don't have the mobility in the ankle and the knee to do that movement. So like make sure you have a good distance from the box. So I would start with the dumbbells in my hand first, and then I kick my feet up. I don't want to put my foot up first and hop out because then it's going to take a little bit too much time, especially if your balance is off. And this one is definitely a good exercise too if you don't have if you feel like your balance is off, just working your body unilaterally. So obviously, the stronger you are unilaterally, the stronger you will be bilaterally. So even as doing the split squat with your body weight will be efficient enough. When you do weight, I kind of tend to like lean forward more in a Bulgarian squat, just to get more glute activation. You feel it more in your glute, right, in hemis. But that could be an advanced movement. So if you have someone that's more advanced, tell them to lean slightly forward, not to a point that they're bent over, putting pressure on their back. For anybody else, I would still try to stress them that keep your torso tall, just so they can get it down. But you do bend slightly forward, you're going to get more glute work going into it, and fill the gap. So you can either use 2 dumbbells on this one or stick with 1. If you have your right foot up, your right hand holds the dumbbell and just fill that gap. It might be easier just to stay with 1. They can just switch it on and off, for the reps. Even for this 5-minute time frame, it might make it easier for them to get through it by just using 1 dumbbell instead of 2. And then on to the next round. So I like putting like pull-ups and chin-ups, because even though we can do this in 40 seconds with pull-ups and chin-ups, like any type of pull-up variation and chin-up variation, I feel like in the 5 minutes, it gives members the opportunity to really go up to the bar, even if they get 1, and they can get 1 in and come back down to the straps and do the remainder, right? But it gives people that want to test or work on their pull-ups or chin-ups a chance without being like rushed for 40 seconds. Also, it doesn't require us to be really next to, like, I wouldn't put bands on the bar for this. It's just another a way to say like, hey, like, as within an AMRAP, hey, try to pull a bar, right? And you could be there to assist them, right? You grab their feet or hold them by like their lats area, their back, not their butt, and help them get up there, right? And so I do like putting more of the pull-ups variations within the AMRAP. Just like I think it gives a great time for people to test their pull-up strength or their chin-up strength. So, and one thing you can do when they spend a chin-up, a pull-up here is progress people to go to the bar that you feel have a goal to do a pull-up or wants to do a pull-up, or if you feel like they're strong enough to do it, hey, go up there, give me 3, and you just give me 3, and next time you come around, you can go right back to the straps, right? So there's be a way to challenge them to give a little bit more in that station. Side plank, side oblique crunch. You can progress this one by keeping by not keeping your feet connected, so you can stack your feet, but as you stack it, and like get a abduction, like hold it up in the air, and you can get that movement here. Again, if you got a fit fighter hose or something you want to put in your hand to add some resistance, you can do that. Getting 10 on the right, 10 on the left. I would keep a box near this one too. A box, usually I try to keep a plyo box in the middle of our station. So, because, obviously we have the plank, people don't want to go down, but they can still do a hip drive. They can drive their hip back when they come across your body by using a box. Reverse crunch, if they're not going out to the ground, sit down on a box, not the floor. And also, obviously, with this one, they can go to a side plank, side crunch on the box and not necessarily have to go to the wall, right? They can progress it by going down to the box. So have boxes like set in the middle of the room, or wherever you have like those core corrective movements, have a box near those areas. And then we're going to go into a double dumbbell, hands open. So you want to really get tension. So you really get a lot of tension here. As your hands open, so I would say open fingertips, open thumbs. You don't want to grasp it. Here you want to squeeze it, right? So now you're getting that tension here. You're getting lats working, your shoulders, your biceps. Keep your arms extended as you come up with that front raise, right back down. So core, right? So you don't even think about it, but you're trying to connect them and keep them connected. Hands open makes it is a lot harder to do it this way than holding the grip. Now, obviously, if it does become an issue, they can either drop it down to 1 dumbbell, same thing, same motion, or they can just close the grip and come back up. But if people are doing it, just be lazy, which you see that sometimes, hey, listen, open those hands, right? Make it more challenging, right? So, and get the front delt working on that. Then we're gonna climb Mount Everest. So you got 25 on, so you're gonna go up 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Is that right? No, you don't do that. That's a lot. You go up to 5, 5 down to 1. I don't know. Maybe I don't know who put that there. Someone's trying to take somebody's life. Yes. So you go up to 5, 5 back down to 1. on that. All right. Oh, we've had people do even numbers too. So you do want to like, so I guess you could technically go up to, I mean, that's probably at the end of the week, Thursday, if you have a class set or a bunch of cycles in your class, go right ahead and do that. Otherwise, keep it up to 5, 5, 9, 1. Keep the boxes out too, so members that are not going out to the ground, they can use the box for either that burpee or that squat thrust. And that's it. 11:01.
There you go. I'm gonna read and stop recording.
Oh, you can do it. Question can be.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a question.
Yep.
There's a couple of these where you're suggesting going on the lighter side, and we've had this conversation before. There's certain clients you say lighter, and they look at you like you're talking a foreign language. So I was just thinking, what can we do to really sell it? Like the one, can you go down with dumbbell thrusters? What are they getting out of it by going lighter that they're going to miss out on by going heavy?
You know, I mean, you could, I mean, it's a CrossFit move, right? So you see people doing jerk press all the time, right? They're like, even this week with our jerk press, you know, it's heavier. You know, for me, it's just like that reaction coming down. Usually they coming over, they're fine. Is when people come down, they're like their body's jerking and moving wrong. And you know, it's just like, listen, I'm just noticing like you're arching your back when you come down, like you're trying to catch it and you're like screaming, your leg is not going to be good. So I just want to prevent you from getting injured. And this is like what I'm noticing as a coach. I wouldn't even get a video out and record them. Like, listen, this is look at your back. Like you don't want you don't want anything to happen that make you stay out longer. So just drop the weight. There's no need to go on. Like my brother got hurt his back. Like he was doing like the ground overhead, and I think he tried to do like 110. I'm like, why? And then he hurt his back. I'm like, there's no need. Yes, it's a power movement, it's a strength movement, but like, what do you have to prove, bro? Like, you know, get the endurance portion out of it, because this is an endurance section, right? It's not this is necessarily a strength and power section, a strength or you know, there's power, but it's not a strength section. So like, this is more endurance, you know, it's being fast paced. So let's, you know, give me some quick thrusters as fast as you can, you know, be more of a heart rate focus rather than a strength focus, right?
A lot of times those big guys don't have very good cardio. I mean, they got great big muscles, but you know, they go and do the deck of it dying.
Right? I can answer that question for you, Jeremy.
Go ahead.
Since Ivan's my age. Ryan Kent told me one time, you old guys just don't know how to take it easy.
Yeah.
He doesn't. And he gets with the youngest, he gives me young guys too. They give me the youngins, right? You're working out next to Samir and Ty. They got baby muscles. Like, the muscles ain't developed yet. They ain't gonna get hurt. They're gonna bounce back tomorrow, bro. You're gonna be out here with hemorrhoids and everything else hurting. Like, you better chill. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's where it is. I know it is tough though, because you still, even for like a lot of our, there's a few lady clients that we want them to lift heavier, right? You want them like you're not gonna walk out of here looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like you're not gonna be here bulky and stuff like, but you want to put lean muscle on. But if you're doing 20 pounds on everything you do, like you're not gonna get any stronger. It's not gonna be good for your goal. So like, it's both ends, right? You just have to have those conversations. You know, maybe those conversations are more on a one-on-one. People that you see that are like, this is why we're saying that. It's not, we're not just like saying it to be like,
right.
But like, you know,
I'm not saying you're a wimp. You know, he's just saying, you know, they're just gonna miss out on something like that one we had with that high row. I know you can deadlift an 80, but there's no way. I mean, they end up doing something really weird, you know. Instead,
and see, that's so interesting, because that's already a one of those exercises that, I mean, I still do it, but like, it's not one that I think is really not necessarily for like the general public, right? The population, the general population. So it should be done real light coming up, right? Because it could cause really impingements in the shoulders. Now, if you want to go heavy, just do a shrug. Just do a shrug. You're just not going to get as much delt work like you will with an upright row, but you're still going to work the traps. So, you know, it's one of those things too. Like we have, and you know, that's why you don't see them much. If I really need to get like a vertical pull in there, like I'll put it in there, but you don't see much upright rolls, just because there's one of those movements that I don't think is really for the general pop, right? And so now if you're going in there and trying to, you know, upright roll of 70, like that's bogus. Like chill, you know.
Man.
Yeah, I'd point to you on the video. Look at that guy in that video. He's super strong. You don't have a big heavyweight.
And I don't even in class though. Even I do them in class, like I'm doing 40 to 45, right? And I mean, I can tolerate that. I mean, I'm also focusing on like having my elbow high. If I find that, and this shoulder sucks, so this shoulder already sucks. This is all I got. This is all I got on this side, right? Compared to this side, this is me. You know what I mean? So like, I won't go. I'm not pulling a 70 up there. There's no way. I mean, I can do it. Don't get me wrong, but there's no reason for me to do it. What were you saying, Ricardo?
I just know what he's going through. I wake up, walk around the house like I'm 75, but get me 10 minutes into the workout and I think I'm 25,
Right? Even me, brothers, listen, especially if I don't drink water like I need to, like I'd be like, in the mornings I wake up and then I get moving. I'm like, yo, like even this morning I woke up, I never sleep to my alarm. I always wake up before my alarm. Always. Today's the first time I got scared. I jumped out of bed, like, what the, like, the alarm went off, and I woke up like, yo, I'm mad achy. Then I did the first warm up, and I'm like, oh, there you go, feel brand new, good, right? So, yeah, I get it. Even at 36, man. At 36, you don't bounce back as fast. I'm listening to this podcast. Like, I'm trying to think of like my splits, man. I usually do like a chest and buys, a back and tries, a legs and shoulders. So I'm lifting 3 days a week and then get my training workouts in. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I might just do like a upper body split, a lower